Mom! Put me back! I wake up every morning, I work, I have bills, I'm too big for the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. This sucks!
Am I too old to be here?
What?
Am I too old to be here?
No, of course not.
Does it look weird that I'm here?
No, not at all.
Am I hotter than these little bitches?
Yes, you look amazing.
How old are you?
I just turned 29.
Recently?
Last year.
So you're 29?
Last year.
And how old are you right now?
1 more year older.
So 30?
Yeah.
I think men don't prefer older women, and I think they don't prefer career women. And a lot of times these women end up single, childless, and alone because feminism told them that that was going to get them the results that they wanted, and it doesn't.
There's a reason, women can carry children and men can't. So that instantly allows man to have different goals in terms of the workforce than women.
Oh, I think feminism lies to women. So I think they tell you to chase the bag, follow your career, and someone is still going to want you at the end of it.
People keep trying to outthink biology. It doesn't work that way.
To me, feminism just seemed like an affluent white woman problem. I was like, what are the complaints? What really don't we have in the West? I served in the United States Army. They let me do that. So I just don't see it.
Increasingly, you see women that go for it in terms of their career, and then it's too late. And then they realize, wow, this job is not making me happy, but my gosh, can I just tell you as a new mom what you feel like when your son smiles at you?
Only in the movies do career women meet the man of their dreams and have a power couple rom-com romance. In the real world, these post-walls face reality of being alone because no man of quality is picking them. They gave up free sex to those men during their city girl lifestyle, and now they want to settle down. Those men have moved on to the new crop of newly college grads living out their sex in the city lifestyle. So the title of today's article is Gen Z Paralyzed with Fear of Turning 30, Becoming Unattractive Hags. Life Might As Well End at 22. And it's written on the New York Post, which does a lot of articles that are kinda red pill. You come to a red pill conclusion. Of course, they won't dare to have a red pill or MGTOW writer explaining these situations, because that would wake up too many men, and a large part of their fake economy in the feminist West is predicated on blue-pilled men. Men not realizing their worth. And men getting divorce robbed and becoming 18 years a slave through child support. But anyway, let's get balls deep into it. Before we go on with the video, let me jump to the comment of the day. Shout out to Gara Rules All, who shared, "Women don't want to end up with losers. Guess what? Neither do men. Of course, these Western women only want what's beneficial to them. And that's why we're setting the standards now. So please, don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your winning $5. As always guys, I'll be picking one comment from each video. Could be the funniest, or the most liked, or just one that moved me. So don't forget to leave a comment, and you could be our very next winner tomorrow. So be sure to hit that like and sub button too, as the support helps out the channel so much, y'all. So now, let's get right back into the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Age before beauty? Absolutely not. 30, flirty, and thriving is apparently no longer the holy grail for teens and 20-somethings online. Those born between 1997 and 2013 are expressing grim concerns about hitting the big 3-0, a milestone that some of these youngsters fear will immediately zap them of their sexiness, stamina, and overall value. That's because they're right. They're the internet and social media generation, so they see these videos of post-walls crying about not finding a good man or being alone.
There are consequences to saying the N-word.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
I was just thinking, I'm probably going to be alone for the rest of my life. How many of you are alone and like are okay with it? Like are okay with it? Like
inside this stupid body, I am still young. I still feel. I still want. I still dream.
Or regretting divorce because no one wants to commit to a post-wall, so they know they're on borrowed time.
I need my algorithm to give me more people who are 30 and like just starting over. Or give me more people who like started to make it at 30. Because I'm feeling those things of like, bitch, there's no point even trying because you turned 30 recently. There's no point even trying. And I know that is unproductive. Like I'm aware that thought is also what's going to keep me where I'm at. Because that thought is also why I'm not where I want to be. And I'm not even that fucking far off. Besides what you're seeing here, and that's not my fault. The dryer was fucked up. The dryer, it took an hour and a half to get me clothes that had to be draped all over my apartment. And guess what? I like the apartment. That's sick, right? My life, not like that astronomically far off and from what I want it to be, but I also might just be saying that to make myself feel better. You know what I mean? But all around happy, other than everything that is not there. But you know what I mean? So if you're feeling like, hey, I feel like I'm too old to be working on this, or I thought that, but then I got somewhere, let me know, because I feel
Anyway, back to the article. In just the past few days, I have seen multiple Gen Zs, the vast majority of women, on various platforms, including Reddit and Instagram, express a desire to unalive in their 30s or when they reach 40 because they cannot handle the fact that they will age and become unattractive or become hags. An alarmed whistleblower recently penned to Reddit's PSA thread. When the clock strikes midnight, they become a pumpkin. They're aware their looks are their only value. That's what the feminist society has done to women. For the females that are smart, they're extremely annoying because feminism has brainwashed them that they have to flex their education all the time to get quote-unquote respect. So always try to compete with men and end up being alone because no man of value wants to be with their annoying ass. I've predicted this a while back. There will be a massive self-deletion of IG thoughts, OF performers, and live streaming thoughts, because every year there's a new crop of younger, hotter females who want to become rich by being an X-rated performer. So, at the very least, the market will get saturated, and these thoughts' life on easy mode free trial will eventually end. Thus, they can't handle the real world. And this is the same thing for every other female dating. The younger women will be less jaded, more pleasant, and more pure. So a better option to be around. This is why Leonardo DiCaprio dumps his girlfriends once they turn 25, because there will always be thousands of 18-year-olds willing to take the top spot.
Can I ask what you guys think about a 48-year-old dating a 19-year-old? Because I'm kind of torn. Usually I have the mindset of, oh, if you're an adult, like, you can choose to live your life how you see fit as long as you're not harming anybody else. And these girls that date Leo, like, they know what's going on. They know that the time is limited, or at least I hope they do. But at the same time, their age difference is the same between me and my dad. I also believe that there's, like, levels to being an adult. So I'm 23. That's, like, 5 years old in the adult world. If you're 19, you are 1. If you choose to believe my logic on this, that would make Leo 30. This is him at 29 or 11 in the adult world, the same year that his new girlfriend was born. This is what he would look like if they were somehow the same age right now. This is like what's eating Gilbert Grapes, Leo. Look at his baby face. And it's not about looks. I'm trying to say that these are like very different kinds of adults. Why won't age-appropriate women date him?
Yet, these same feminists think that these same 18-year-olds that are too young to date 40-year-olds are empowered by starting an OF, which will make them seen as a wet hole. This shows that most of the feminists are jealous that rich and famous men, no matter how bad they look, can get the hottest 18-year-olds, while women are on a time limit when they can have access to the top men. No matter how much money and fame they have, it won't buy men's attention.
So I turned 30 in like 6 weeks, and I've been single my whole life, and I don't really know of any other people who are in the same position. I've got people who are like, oh my god, I've been single for so long, like, you know, it's been like 3 years since my partner broke up with me, and I'm there like, I never had a partner. And I don't really know, like none of my friends, no one in my circle, I haven't really met anybody who actually is in the same position. I know there's people out there, so hopefully this reaches the right people. I mean, technically I did have a boyfriend when I was like 11, but we never broke up, and then we went on summer holiday, so I guess technically you could say that we were actually still together. So I've either never been in a relationship or I've only ever been in one. Jokes. But yeah, I don't know, I think it's a really weird thing because society expects you by certain ages to hit certain milestones, including partner, house, marriage, kids. And I'm like, I have none of those things. And when you're single, and you've always been single, you have to plan your life as a single person. Like, when I think about the future, I can't plan my life with a partner in mind because I don't have that right now. And yeah, that's how I feel, at least. I plan my life as a single person. What are the things I want to do? I want to travel, I want to run my business. And if someone comes along and I fall madly in love and we have the best life together ever, amazing. But I think when you've never had a partner, you can't imagine what it's like to actually be in a relationship, to actually like have your person. So yeah, don't really know what I'm trying to say, but are there anybody else who has this? Is there anybody else in the same position? Let me know.
Back to the article. Some have even expressed not bothering with healthy eating habits, saving money, or planning on having careers because they feel so strongly about this, continued the scandalmonger, presumably a member of the Gen Z demographic. Let's be clear, these modern women aren't doing these healthy habits to get quote-unquote healthy. It's to try to fool men into thinking they're younger and less road-worn, meaning not as big of an HOE. That's the whole point of makeup, to look more attractive but also cover up their bad lifestyle choices, which causes their skin to be unhealthy looking or have breakouts.
My biggest life regrets are not doing these things in my 20s and waiting till my 30s, and the damage is already done once you're in your 30s. So yeah, you tell him, sister. So I'm a mom. Start these things now, like, please, for me, if for no one else. The first one is sleeping on your back. The weight of your human head actually compresses your bones, your muscle, your collagen, and whatever side that you sleep on. If you sleep on a side, and you probably do sleep on one side, that side is gonna get droopy and sad. And that's this side of my face. Like, everything is lower. Number 2 is putting sunscreen on your chest. My chest has so much more sun damage than my face, and I would let it just get fried out in the sun. So there's like pigmentation, broken capillaries, like redness, and just looks old. Lastly, chemical exfoliant masks once to twice a week. I had so much acne, I had so much acne scarring, I just have pigmentation that's still left over from all of that, and I feel like it would have been so much better if I did chemical exfoliants, like, duh.
As you saw that post-wall thought in the video, despite her health skincare, she looked like a post-wall trying to look young again. I would not be surprised if she got Botox. She has that, fake look. Women need to have healthy habits from the age 18, because otherwise, hitting the wall will be like really hitting the wall. And suddenly, trying to get healthy won't reverse a decade of being a slob. That being said, being nihilistic at a young age makes living pointless. If you're a post-wall Karen, be as nihilistic as possible because we need less of you making life hell for everyone else. For you young females who actually worry about turning 30, all you have to do is learn to clean, cook, and keep your legs closed, and you might be able to find a man that you're attracted to and live a good life. That's it. No need to go to college or learn corporate skills or work 2 to 3 jobs to rent a room in a big city.
My 30-something-year-old women who don't have kids yet, but you want kids, but you feel like you're running out of time to have them. Where are you? Because same. And I just feel, I'm 32. And I just feel like I'm in this place in my life right now where I'm a little selfish. I just moved out and bought my house in December with my boyfriend. And I just feel like I want kids eventually. Like, I definitely want children. But I don't want them right now. But then I'm like, am I getting too old? Like, do I need to get a move on? I'm not married yet. I would like to be married before I have my kids. Like, I just feel like there's so much to do, and, like, I'm running out of time. So, and every time I see my aunt, she asks me when I'm freezing my eggs. So that doesn't help. But, like, I don't know. I'm just not ready. I'm still, like, I feel like I still have never even had, like, my dream body yet. I don't want to get pregnant yet. I'm still trying to get fit and, like, in shape. And, like, my friend brought her baby over last week, and it was me and my sister and our friend, and I was like, holy shit, like, you have a baby and then you just have to bring the baby everywhere. Like, I know that sounds probably stupid to some people, but I don't know. Like, I love being able to just, like, leave the house in the morning and go to Pilates or go meet up with my friends, or, it's like a selfish era, I guess. And I know once I have kids, I will love them and want to spend time with them, and it won't feel like right now I always complain about the dogs. I'm like, I fucking hate feeding the dogs. The dogs are a pain in the ass, but you know, I know children are different, but like, I don't know, can anyone relate? Like 32, definitely want kids someday, just don't want them right now, but like when's it too late? I don't know.
Continuing with the article. I don't think this is necessarily our fault, the insider continued, but I do see and recognized in myself a fear of aging. And instead of there being a psychological and social movement to combat this, we simply turn to consumerism to try and fix the problem. I wouldn't call it consumerism, maybe coping. And it's simple to fix the problem. Become traditional, start a family. Now the problem is, with the MGTOW reality, most men, especially good men, aren't going to want to have a family or get married in the feminist West. So you might be shit out of luck because those traditional women outclass you in every way, and the passport bros aren't going to move to a traditional country just to be with you.
I turned 30 this year, and I'm sure lots of women will resonate that turning 30 comes with so much judgment. I feel like people were like, oh, why isn't she engaged yet? Like, why did she leave her past relationship? Does she still live there? Is she still working there? How come, like, doesn't she want kids? Like, what is she doing? But honestly, like, I've never been more free and happy in my entire life. Like, the other day, I was at the beach with a couple of my close friends, and we were talking about how we all turned 30 this year, and, like, our 20s were just, like, we, like, don't even know what happened. Like, all these things happen to you in your 20s, and they just happen to you. Sometimes, like, you can't control. Actually, many times in life, you can't control what happens. But, like, now that we've gotten to a stage in our lives where we have, like, more stable jobs, stable income, stable friendships, and we're like, holy shit, like, what the fuck was going on in our 20s? And now, like, we feel like we're finally conscious and are doing things with intention and know what's happening and kind of have a little bit more control in our lives. And I think the biggest difference between me in my 20s and me now is that I just do things for myself. Like, I think especially in my, like, early to mid 20s, I just genuinely didn't know what I wanted. So I had to go through a bunch of things to realize, oh, this is the kind of life I want. This is the kind of friends I want. This is the kind of music I like. This is the kind of man I like. Like, it's just, you don't know these things until you go through a bunch of different experiences. And I think, like, that's the main difference. So if you're still in your 20s and just feel like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like it's normal, and it honestly gets, like, so much better. But I think the main key point is you have to know what you want, you have to know what you like, you have to know what you dislike, and just ignore everyone else, what they think, what their opinions are. Because if you try to follow other people's footsteps and do things that you think will make you look good or make you look happy or successful in other people's eyes, like, that's just not gonna make you feel happy.
When you live like there's no tomorrow, you're going to waste your life away, and the sad part is that his female looks good. She at 18 could have had her dream man, lived a great life, but she decided to blow away her youth on other men. Back to the article. The Reddit ranter went on to refer to the recent uptick in anti-aging products and trends, such as getting baby Botox and covering themselves in face tape, that have been virally adopted by beauty buffs as young as age 10 who hope to ward off wrinkles, lines, and sags. The movement to remain forever young is being charged by both folks in their early 20s and teeny boppers on TikTok. Maybe in the future, people will be able to reverse aging, but it still won't make a post-wall not bitter, nor addicted to the new DICK. You can do as many surgeries as possible. A fresh 18-year-old is going to be much more pleasant and pure than a 30-year-old whose Chads and Tyrones left over.
Hey guys, this is just me having a meltdown. I get married tomorrow, and the smile, trying to make jokes out of it and play it off or whatever. I don't think it's funny anymore, and I can't stop crying. And everybody keeps walking by and looking at me like I'm weird. I'm like, you don't know a person's life, okay? This is so silly. I know, there's real world problems out there. I know. I'm just upset, okay? And you know what my esthetician said about all this? Happy thoughts, Lauren. Happy thoughts. The mind is very powerful. And I'm trying. Look. That's me. I'm really trying, guys. I'm really trying.
This is what we call a buzzer beater, And sadly, the dude who's about to get married to her didn't take the hint that if she needs Botox already, she's been used up already. Skipping part of the article, and the folks of all ages eagerly agreed that the panic of getting older is getting out of hand. So much of my generation basically views life after college as one long, pointless, depressing downward slide toward a nursing home and death, wrote a fellow Gen Zer. In the minds of many young people, life might as well end at 22 because what even comes after? Working nonstop? Taxes? Wrinkles and health issues? Losing your hair and your friend network and your free time? It's a very dark and reductionist worldview, but it is definitely pervasive among Gen Z. That's because college now to most youth is an experience, not a place where you learn how to become a scholar or professional or learn a super specialized cutting-edge skill. College is one big party or HOE university for most females, where they get banged out at frat parties and catch STDs and laugh about it with their friends. In the past, women used to go to college to meet the man they'd marry. Now it's to meet busloads of men to get pumped and dumped by.
If you're anxious around your birthday and stress about getting older, then this video is for you. I'm in my mid-30s. I stress about my birthday every year. And I cry at least once. Like, oh my god, another year older. I should be at this place in my life. Like I don't have a house yet or kids. Like if you've been there, you get it. Then someone told me this, and it completely changed my perspective. It is a privilege to live another year. It is a privilege to live another day. And man, it is a privilege to be alive. It does derive from a famous quote. I believe his name is Marcus Aurelius. Please don't hate me if I'm mispronouncing that. Life is precious. Here I am stressing about getting old. I'm also a member of the LGBTQ community. The world has become scarier for us, like a lot. So you see, to celebrate another year, I will forever consider it a privilege.
No amount of coping about celebrating each birthday is going to change reality. Continuing with the article, a handful of millennials, Gen Xers, and boomers blamed the internet for inciting the aging phobia. I work with some Gen Zs, and they had a very warped, depressing view on what it's like to be in your 30s before they met me and the other millennials at my work. I think social media has really screwed with our heads, a commentator chimed. Again, these females see reality on social media, which is these post walls crying about being alone and not being able to find good men. The whole feminist society is about living like there's no tomorrow. But the problem is, tomorrow is 50 years of living with the consequences of the bad decisions. Even the female-dominated makeup world discriminates against post walls and double post walls.
Apparently, women over 40 are getting pushed out of the makeup game here on TikTok, on social media, with beauty brands. Sorry, excuse me while I snatch my face. And I think that there needs to be more representation of women, fabulous women, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I see you. I love that you're here, and let's rock it.
This is a fact of life. Athletes face the same problem. Once they turn 30, they get too old. Back to the article. People glorify being in your 20s way too much. Ultimately, it's just one decade and it doesn't last long, wrote another. I agree, but I'd say for the wrong reasons. Your 20s can be glorified if you start a family with your high school sweetheart and build wealth together. But that's not flashy, can't flex on IG to other thoughts about washing dishes or cleaning the house.
I want a job. I don't want to be a corporate girly. I don't want to climb the ladder. I don't want to be a boss babe. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to be the breadwinner. I do not want to do that. You know what I want to do? I want to be home. I want to be cooking in the kitchen. I want to be cleaning. I want to be shopping. I want to be making brownies. I want to be cooking dinner, making homemade meals every night, almost every night. I want to do all the things.
Continuing, I feel like aging to Gen Z is what being fat was to millennials. Remember how ruthless the media and everyone was about that? Another one noted. The media didn't do a good enough job of fat shaming because now 60% of women are overweight in the US, and even worse, there's a body positivity movement which is normalizing gluttony on women. Back to the article. However, for some 30-year-olds to be, their worries about becoming a decade older aren't rooted in angst around losing their looks. Instead, they feel intimidated by the pressures of adulthood. Like, that's surprising. As the late great Kevin Samuels used to say, females are allergic to accountability.
I've just had the saddest experience of my life. I just got a phone call from my stepdad being like, you need to help Jean, who's our next door neighbour. She's been our next door neighbour since I was a kid. And I knocked on her door and she's got a little frame and she's like in her 90s and she lives by herself because her husband died and she can't work her oven, and I was like helping her fix it, and she's so old and she's all by herself. I always talk about like, I'm like, I don't want to be single, I want a partner, da da da. When you marry someone and then they die, and then you're by yourself again, and you're really fucking old. Like, this world is cruel, guys. It's so sad. I think I'm going to join a charity to help old people or something, because...
Yet again, this thought couldn't do the math that her grandma had someone with her most of her life, while this thought is going to be alone for 60 years. The wall is undefeated, especially with MGTOW. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate